the law of this jungle is as old and as real as the sky. And the wolf that abides will prosper, but a wolf that breaks it will die. You see, out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. I used to run with the pack, nowadays I run for the pack. Represent from the front to the back, wolves in my heart, my city and the map. I was in the field, you're sitting on the bench. See me in the gym, rep till I'm bench. Yeah. Sweat till I win, that's a victory stench. Yeah, we stay ready for the war, man, I settle in the score. Settle it. Right now I'm with the hype, I ain't in it for the light. I was down on the ground, now I'm up for the fight. I'm on it. Seaside at the dark, now it's into the light. Out for more, down for my team. I wake up and I'm chasing a dream. Done dirt, but my crep stay clean. Send for me, rude boy, how you mean? Look at my champ with the verses. Clean sheet in him and I'm on a verse with. Prize fighter, I'm taking the purses. Death match to your family in hearses. The law of this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. You see out here in this jungle, we run it forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
Good afternoon and welcome to a new season, a new campaign. So much hope and anticipation at this stage. Who knows what will happen over the coming days, weeks and months of this 2022-23 season. I'm Mikey Burrows. Alongside me at Ellen Road for this opening day kickoff is the former Wolves women defender Claire Hageman, and joining us from home, a man with impeccable hair, an impeccable taste, and now an even better beard. Michael Kitely is with us as well. Good to see you, my friend. Claire, I'll come to you first. The excitement is there. It's now up to these players to start delivering.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of optimism, isn't there, ahead of a new campaign? And I think you can't help but get carried away with the excitement of football actually being back. So, and I think we've had real positives in Spain and Portugal with some good displays from the players that we'd probably term to be the first 11 as well. We've seen goals, we've seen clean sheets, and so there's lots of positives to take from what we've seen so far.
And Michael Kitely, you've seen a little bit of pre-season alongside Claire and I. It's hard to judge, isn't it, sometimes from what we've seen, but we kind of knew that we would go with the four at the back. That's what's there. We'll talk about the team news in a little bit, but it's now about implementing that new style and getting the most out of the players that we have.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've had a really good pre-season. As Claire said, we've had some good results, some good performances. Just hopefully we can take that in today's game and looking at the team that's been announced, it's a positive team, which I'm pleased with. You know, it's a team that's looking to go and win today, not to go and shut up shop and try and get a draw. It's a very positive team, so I'm looking forward to the game.
Kites, there's going to be a lot of talk about transition today, in the coming weeks and months, especially the way this team is not necessarily transitioning in terms of personnel, but transitioning in terms of tactics. How patient are we going to have to be with the way that Bruno wants us to play and turn us into the side that he's hoping we can be?
Yeah, obviously we need to be patient, but it gives us another string to our bow. You know, we can go back to the three at the back if need be. For me, I prefer a four at the back, nice solid four, and then we can allow our attacking players to really implement their style in the game. I think when we play three at the back, we're a little bit defensive. So I'm glad we're making this transition, but it may take time. But you look at the first few fixtures that we've got coming up, you know, you look at them and you think we've got a good chance of getting points on the board. So they've worked on it all pre-season. It's not like they haven't. They've had a good sort of 4 to 6 weeks working on it. And you know, their games that they've played pre-season, I thought they've performed very well. So they look like they're adapting already to it. But tough test today. And hopefully we can come out the other side and get a win.
Claire, Wolves have just come out. That's what just took my attention for a moment whilst Kites was speaking. And it was interesting that Ruben Neves is captain today, and Ruben Neves led Wolves out. First one out there, and he was given a kind of a couple of yards by his teammates as if to say, this is your moment. He's going to be so important today to lead this team through, with Connor Cody only being amongst the subs.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've lost obviously some characters, haven't we, over the summer with Marcel and Seiss going as well. But I do believe that Neves can totally step up to the plate. I mean, we're so chuffed to see him on the pitch in a Wolves shirt, aren't we? I think at the end of last season, if you'd have probably took it that he would even be here today. So, and he's a fantastic player, and I do think he'll lead from the front. It's a big campaign for him with the World Cup intersected into the middle as well. So it's a huge year from him, and he's a hell of a player, and I think he will lead the team forward. And Cody will equally be doing exactly the same from the bench. And there's no doubt in the next few weeks that his chance could come as well. So we need these leaders on and off the pitch and to drive the youngsters on. We've got a bench full of some of the under 23s are on the bench, which sometimes happens at this stage in the campaign anyway. And you expect them to step up and look to the leaders within the team and get the team through for the result today.
We will run you through the team news in a minute or two. We'll also hear from the new signing who's involved in the starting lineup today as well. You can send us your thoughts, predictions, your hopes, your dreams for the new season at Mikey Burrows. Use the hashtag WolvesLive to get in touch with us. And you might have seen it already on social media, but we'll be building up to kick off with something a little bit special in the coming minutes to come as well. But let's look back on the last main game of pre-season. This is the best of Sporting v Wolves. There's Jean Martino many times. That was loose by Neves. An opportunity for Trincao. He'll be well known to Wolves. They knew exactly what he would try and do. And Jose Sarr, good to see him back in the starting lineup. Watched it over the top of the crossbar. Johnny, clever ball, good run by Gibbs-White. Looking up for an option in the penalty area. Delivered it through, good effort. As Leander Dendoncker arrived. Sharp pick out by Gibbs-White. It's a really good spin and run. He's well onside. And look at the starting point at the top of the screen from Leander Dendoncker. He actually met that really well. Good football. Pedence. Now Neto. Dendoncker again is the most advanced. Still Pedro Neto. That looked a good challenge. Oh, penalty given though. Oh, look at the surprise and shock from Sporting Lisbon.
For me, I think he's won the ball there. I think it's a corner. Very surprised it's given. Oh. Looking at it again. Maybe have caught Neto before he catches the ball.
Steely-eyed focus. It's Neves, and he scores. Wolves in front against Sporting Lisbon. Ruben Neves made no mistake.
That's a good penalty, isn't it? Waits for the keeper to dive and goes straight down the middle. Expected him to score it, and it's been a good start from Wolves, opening 15 minutes. Been on the front foot.
There's Dendoncker, Daniel Pedence, Martinho with the effort. Maybe just leaning back. Little mistake. Martinho was there sharply. That's a very good ball by Daniel Pedence, and Gibbs-White wasn't far off from reaching it.
Again, winning the ball high up. It's important to win the ball high up for me.
Trincao with the in-swinging delivery. Easy for Jose Sarr. And Neto has got away from his man. Pedence and Gibbs-White racing up in support. He might not need them. Neto! Good defending in the end.
What play from Jose Sarr, comes and claims the cross. Sets us on an attack. Neto looks strong and quick and lively.
Gibbs-White. Ruben Neves. You can see what they were trying to do.
Look how high we are there. Kilman closing the ball down in their third, really.
Nuno Santos. Flag stayed down. And laid on a plate for Trincao. Wolves did well to close him down. Here's the run of Trincao. Nuri back there with him. Pedro Porro. Wasn't a bad ball in. Collins did well though. Nunes was there ahead of Dendoncker. Paulinho goes down, and that's a penalty Sporting. Second time he's gone down in the Wolves penalty area, and this time the officials were on his side. There's Gonçalves, and he scores. The former Wolves man scores against his former side. Sporting 1, Wolves 1.
Yeah, good penalty. Jose Sarr goes the right way, but the pace beats him. I know it's only a pre-season friendly, but it'd be disappointed to go in drawing this game because it's been by far the better team.
Pedro Porro. Good hit, good save. Jose Sarr watched it all the way. And Porro forwards. Might give an opportunity for Wolves to break here. There's the space for Pedro Neto. Gibbs White waiting for the delivery. Oh, couldn't find him. Approaching the hour mark. Good run by Gonçalves. Wasn't troubling Jose Sarr. Chan Hang wanted a free kick. Nothing given. Neves beaten. Trincao. Wide. Always looked like Jose Sarr had it covered.
Yeah, I think everyone in the stadium knew that he was going to try and chop onto his left foot, including Sarr.
Machina is on. Here's Hee-Chan Hwang, round the goalkeeper and cleared away. Mateus in the right place at the right time.
He's done everything right there, hasn't he? Yeah, you would think that Johnny would be cover for both fullbacks.
5 sub-rule, need a big squad. It's not a bad cross, it was a decent header from Quartes. So that's how Wolves finished the main game, the main part of their pre-season preparations. This is how they line up for the new campaign. And that man you can see on your screen, Ruben Neves, leads out Wolves to start the new season. Jose Sarr is in goal after an injury-affected pre-season build-up. Johnny, the new man, Nathan Collins, Maximilian Kilman and Rayan Nouri, the back four. Ruben Neves, the captain, and Leander Dendoncker as a midfield two. Morgan Gibbs-White, Daniel Pedence and Pedro Neto all playing behind Hee-Chan Hwang. Claire Hageman, we kind of anticipated it would be something like that after pre-season. No João Moutinho, told that he picked up an injury in training, which is why he's not involved today. It's Hwang Hee-Chan who has come into the side for him. So Wolves, I think, were going to go with the false nine. Now, Hee-Chan Hwang is not necessarily an out-and-out nine, Claire, but he is a bit more of a forward than Daniel Pedence, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think he's more striker-like in the things that he does, and obviously he got us some goals last season as well. So when he first came into the side, he really was quite impressive. You know, he scored goals quite quickly for us. So, and that's what we really need to do: hit the ground running today and get some goals. And I think we lose a little bit of stability without João Moutinho in there. I'd like with the back four. I'd prefer like a solid three in the midfield myself, but. Also, it's definitely positive. It's attacking. We're going for goals, and I think the one thing that was missing last season was goals. So credit to us that we're going. We hope it's not too open in that it opens the door for them to attack us too much. But Obviously, we'll see how the game pans out. I imagine one of those front four are almost going to drop into to almost do the Dendoncker role today, maybe slightly in the defensive mould, but we'll see that as the game pans out.
Because there were two elements to this, Michael Kiley, aren't there? In that, we can talk about Connor Cody and his omission on the bench. We kind of expected it, given what we saw in pre-season. It is still a little bit of a shock that the club captain's not in the starting lineup, and it's a back four after so many years of being so solid with a 3/5. But on the other hand, I imagine as an attacking player as you were, you look at that lineup and you see Morgan Gibbs-White, Daniel Pedent, Pedro Neto and Hwang Hee-chan all in the starting lineup. You're thinking we could be in for some fun times to watch this side this season.
Absolutely, and that's what excites me about this starting lineup. I think Hwang Hee-chan coming in gives us that option of going in behind. We see last week that he had a couple of chances where he's come off the shoulder and got in one-on-one with the keeper. Could have maybe done better, but that's what we've been lacking, I feel. Someone that wants to run in behind, get in between defenders, and that front four, if you like, with Morgan Gibbs-White is dangerous. And, you want to go to Leeds and you want to take the game to them. If we're playing City away, it might be different. We might then choose to put Cody in the back and shore things up and make it tight for teams to break us down. But these types of games, I like the fact that we're going here and we're trying to win this game, and that shows for me in that starting 11.
Well, you may as well do that on the opening day, mightn't you? That's exactly the thing. Everyone starts on the same amount of points and everyone starts with the same hope and belief. Let's hear from Bruno Lage, who's been speaking about the start of the season.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Bruno. First of all, starting a new Premier League season this weekend, what are your goals and ambitions for this season?
The goals and ambition are the same. Like Wolves, we want to improve, we want to play good football, and we want to look for the other season and learn what we did in the other season, and to try to improve. So that's the main target when you start a new Premier League, and the teams, the players, the managers, you want every time to do your best and to improve. So I think that's the spirit we're going to start this Premier League.
Bruno seems relatively confident, doesn't he? There's an air of authority about that man as he sits there, simply batting away the question, said, our priorities, our hopes, our dreams, they don't change. This football club is about trying to improve, trying to get better and trying to finish as high as possible. We'll see how it pans out over the next couple of months. There has been investment this summer, quite a bit of money spent on a young defender from Burnley by the name of Nathan Collins. He gets his official Wolves debut today, and on the pre-season trip to Spain, he sat down with our colleague Gemma Fripp.
Nathan, welcome to the pack. It's brilliant to have you here. I mean, you've had a whirlwind couple of days flying out here to Spain on your first day as a Wolves player. Have you had the chance to sort of sit and take it all in yet?
No, I haven't really. It was full on from the day I've done my medical and then straight out over here to Spain. But since I've come in, I've really enjoyed it. A couple of days have been really fun, and all the lads have been really welcoming so far.
Yeah, how have these first few days been? I know they've been putting you to work in training.
Yeah, training's been tough, and it's a tough standard. So I'm getting myself up to speed. But I've enjoyed it so far, it's been good.
Well, what was it that convinced you to make the move here to Wolves?
I think there was a lot in it. I've played Wolves twice last season. I've seen a style of play, and I think it complements my style of play. I've seen the team that's there, and I've seen that there's something to build on, and I think there's something to chase as well as a team, and we have high aspirations, and I'm looking forward to the season, really.
Well, when you played Wolves back last season for Burnley, what were your new teammates like to play against back then?
Yeah, we played them when I played them in the Molineux. That was tough game, really tough game. They played us off the park really, but then obviously it was a different game when we played at home. But they were a tough team. We probably didn't deserve to win, but we got a result somehow. But yeah, tough team to play against, and really hard when they're on their day. They're a really good team.
So of course you've now just finished your first season in the Premier League. Do you feel you've adapted well now to this level?
I think in the first season, yeah, I think it took me a few games to get up to speed, but by the end of the season I was really enjoying myself, and I love the standard. I love playing against the players. It's one of the best leagues in the world easily, and every player wants to play in it, so I really enjoy the challenge of it as well.
Well, you've signed for 5 years. What do you hope to achieve over that period of time with Wolves?
Don't know, honestly. trying to
Good
get
question.
trying to get over the first few days here, but no. Even this season, I want to push for Europe. I think that as a group, we all want that. You know, I think that should be the minimum of what we want to push for. But if we do that, and then we can push on again and keep getting better as a team over the next 5 years.
Did you know any of your teammates before you flew out here and met them in Spain?
Only Conor Ronan, to be fair. I've played with him a few times with Ireland in the international, so only him.
Was it nice to see a familiar face?
Yeah, he was good. He helped me out. He helped me out to start with, so it was good to see someone.
Oh, that's good. Well, of your teammates that you didn't know, is this a nice setting now to sort of get to know them a little bit better, not only train together, but get to spend some time with them socially?
I think so. I think it was better to come in here now for the camp, you know, stay away with them. Like, no one else has talked to us other than the lads, so I think it's the best chance to get to know them.
And then before you did fly out here, you obviously had a very brief visit to Compton Park, where our training ground is. You got to meet some of the staff. What were your sort of first impressions?
No, it was good. I really enjoyed it. You know, everyone's so welcoming. It looks like a really well-run club, and the standard of training ground is really high. And I can't wait to get back there again and start training again.
Well, I'm sure it'll go really quickly out here in Spain, and then it's only a couple of weeks until the season starts as well. So, are you excited for it to all restart again?
Yeah, I can't wait. I need to get back playing football. I've missed it over the break. You know, the Premier League was one of the best, and I really enjoyed the challenge of it. So I want to get back playing as soon as.
Well, the fans are also looking forward to seeing you out on that pitch. Do you have a message for the Wolves fans now that you're here with us?
It's just once they support me, I'll give 100% on the pitch every day of the week. Like, that's all I can ask for.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Nathan, and all the best.
Thank you.
The new man in the centre of defence, Claire Hakeman. He's still relatively inexperienced, Nathan Collins. He's not played a huge amount of football. Everything seems to have gone quite quickly, from Stoke to Burnley and now to Wolves. So, in element, are we looking at a player who is still adapting, still developing, and do we have to give him a bit of time before he and Maximilian Kilman can be the absolute defensive rocks that we need them to be?
Yeah, I think there's so much potential there, isn't there? Obviously, last season was his first Premier League season for Burnley, 19 appearances, 2 goals. So, you know, he's got a hell of a stature as well. He looks like a proper centre-half, athletic, very assured on the ball. Very similar attributes, actually, to Max Kilman. So the combination, one being right side, the other left, it sits really comfortably. So I think if it comes up, it'd be a hell of a signing, because he's settled in really nicely in pre-season, and the bits that I've seen, I've been really impressed by him. And the combination with him and Kilman as well looks solid. But obviously, you know, like you say, it's only his second Premier League season. He's 21, so he's a young lad, still got a lot to learn. There's going to be, you know, mistakes along the way, as with any player's career. So, but, you know, going forward, a combination of Kilman and him, 25 and 21, is really great for our future.
22 appearances, Michael Kiley, for Burnley, in a team that got relegated. Sometimes that doesn't look good, but you've been in a team that's been relegated from the Premier League and went on to have a good career elsewhere. So sometimes I think, do we get carried away with players that come from sides like that? It's not the side, is it? It's not the player that's responsible for the eventual outcome of the team. And hopefully there is enough in there in Nathan Collins that we're going to love to see over the coming years.
Absolutely. I think he's a really good signing. You know, obviously watching Burnley a lot from my connections there. There's a few players that have gone from Burnley and gone to bigger clubs and good Premier League clubs. And he's one of them. And I think him and Kilman allow us to crunch the pitch, play a high line, and then we can press from the front. And because they're so athletic themselves, we haven't got to sit back and sit deep. So that part of that transition that we're going through, that Bruno's implementing, is because of Collins and because of Kilman, because they're quick, they're strong in the air, they're strong defenders, but they're also quick. So I think it's a great signing, and he's young, as you said, so it's a chance for him and Kilman to have a real partnership.
It's a lot though, isn't it, Kites? I mean, I don't know whether you saw that stat that came out after, I think it was the Alaves game, where they said Max Kilman did, I think, more runs in about 45 minutes, you know, hard sprints, than he did in an entire 90 playing in a back three. It's going to be an awful lot for the two of them, especially the fact we know Aïnouri is going to bomb on. We hope Johnny can join forth and bomb on. There ain't a lot of protection there for them anymore. So that unit of 4, Neves, Dendoncker, Collins and Kilman, are going to have to be very strong and very fit this year, Kites.
Yeah, they are, but I feel that those two in particular, Kilman and Collins, can do that no problem. They're both very physical, they're both strong, they're both quick, you know, they're good athletes. So that's why Bruno's brought him in at the end of the day, because he feels that he can do that, and I agree with him. And as you said, it's difficult. It's a lot more difficult to defend higher than it is to sit back and soak up pressure. No disrespect to Cody, I think he's been a great captain, but I'm not sure that he can crunch the pitch how Collins can. And when you do that as a back four, it allows your front players to defend from the front and close down higher up the pitch. So I think it's a great signing, and I think, as we've spoken about, it is going to be a transition for us, but one that I feel that we can do.
Well, we hope so. So we keep talking about transition. It's a word that comes up a couple of times in an interview that we've done for Matchday Live Extra. For training reasons, he couldn't join us live, but a little bit earlier on, I caught up with a man who played for both of these teams, Leeds and Wolves, one Barry Douglas. So Barry, good to see you, my friend. A meeting of your two former sides on the opening day of the season, and both have kind of had differing pre-seasons, differing summers, and not people aren't really sure what to expect from either, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great spectacle for the neutral. I don't know. I think both clubs are kind of in a little transition period. I think. I know the Leeds boys, it's their first pre-season under the new manager. A lot of new signings. Obviously, losing Calvin Rafinha will be a big loss. But you never know. You never know how the boys are going to recuperate and go. But it's exciting. I think for both clubs, it's a really exciting time.
I wanted to ask you about Calvin Phillips, because you obviously played alongside him. You saw how much promotion meant to him. You obviously got promoted with both these teams, but you know how much it meant to him especially, and how much he was kind of the fulcrum of that side. So without him, are the other players going to miss him in the dressing room? Are they going to miss his presence more than anything else?
Yeah, I think, of course, he's an unbelievable talent and footballer, but above that, he was a great human, and they're worth their weight in gold. You know yourself, like what Cody brings to the Wolves dressing room, Calv brought to the Leeds dressing room. It's just that charisma, energy. It's infectious, so it will be a massive loss. But there's no time to dwell on it. I think the seasons came roundabout again, and it's now time to prepare, and hopefully they can kick on and do well.
You mentioned Connor Cody, his place obviously at Wolves with Nathan Collins coming in and going to a back four. I mean, it's a little bit the end of an era, kind of going from the back five that you were part of, started off, that was so successful, to a different thing. But football has to evolve, right? You all have to evolve as players and systems.
Yeah, of course, and it's part of football. We need to, as clubs, as footballers, adapt and constantly evolve, like you said. So it just depends how the manager wants to do it. But Cody's an unbelievable footballer, character, and if he's got one tool in his locker, it's adaptability. So I'm sure it'll come good.
I wanted to ask you, while I've got you, of a man we just quickly mentioned, of Romain Saiss, who's no longer at Wolverhampton Wanderers. But you two had a great relationship when you were at the club. He's a fantastic guy, wasn't he? And how do you think he should be remembered for the contribution that he made?
Yeah, Romain was a really good character, and it's probably one of them ones that people didn't fully understand him unless you know him personally, because from the outside can maybe come across as a different personality, but you saw how he was day to day. He's just full of carry on, so like, I say immature at times, but no, he's an amazing guy, good player again, and it's credit to the club that they acquired, the kind of people they did, and that's why the foundations were built on that success, because it's not just the talent that gets you places, it's the characters.
And as you know, football, sometimes there's no room for sentiment, is there? It can be ruthless, and as we mentioned before, things have to move forward. So we wish Romain the very best of luck. But things seem to have been going pretty well for you back out in Poland, my friend.
Yeah, we did well. The exact reason I come over here was to challenge for something again, enjoy my football, and thankfully we managed to do that. So you can call it coincidence, but another championship, another one on the CV, and it was enjoyable, amazing this time, different because my kids were a bit older now to kind of fully experience it and realise what was happening. So it was special. But it doesn't stop. I want more. We must evolve, keep going. So let's see where the next one's coming.
It's great though, isn't it? Because I look at the social media and stuff. Like, they genuinely love you over there.
I hope so. Unless it's all false on social media. No, I have a good connection with the fans. To be fair, I've had amazing connection with every fans that I've been. I don't know if we just click, and I'd like to think I'm quite a down to earth, humble guy who doesn't take things too serious. Maybe that's the appealing factor. Also, I've been in the big bad world before football, so I can relate to a lot of fans. But yeah, we'll see how next season goes. It's just exciting to look back in all the different clubs and see how they're doing. And like today, I can look back and be a fan of both teams playing in the first day of the Premier League. Like, it's a nice testament to myself.
And as a fan, when you look on Wolves matches now, it didn't end great at the back end of last season, but there are some big players returning. There are some new players, new faces in amongst it. How excited do you think we should all be at this stage of the season?
Yeah, it's like I said earlier, I think it's a bit of a transition period as well. The manager's brought in the players that he obviously wants, changing the formation as well. So it will be exciting. There's some top talents in there, and I think you're even seeing now than that was possible. But I think Ruben has took his game to another level as well. So it will be really exciting and a chance for the other boys to now step up and showcase their talents.
Yeah, just a quick question on Ruben, actually, because there'll be a lot of people surprised that he is still here, given the season he had last season as well, and having the armband and the extra authority that will bring it when Connor's not in the starting lineup. Do you think he'll be able to handle that and the added pressure that brings?
Yeah, I don't think it'll phase him one bit, and I think, of course, he's got the armband now, but for sure he's going to be leaning on Codes, and Codes will be helping him every step of the way. That's undoubted. So I don't think it will add more pressure to him. I think if anything, he'll thrive under that and again take his game to a new level. He'll be the focal point, and I think he'll enjoy that. So I can't wait to see him score some screamers for sure outside the box.
Yeah, we all can't, my friend. It's brilliant to see you, Barry. Really appreciate you taking out time, because I know you've got to rush off to training and everything, but you still look $1 million, pal, and there's never been anyone as well dressed as you since you left this football club.
Thank you, Mikey. Just send me your bank details and I'll get that sent over to you, bro.
Cheers, pal.
My
Speak to you
pleasure.
soon.
Thank you. Speak to you soon, big guy.
Absolute legend, Barry Douglas. Massive part of why Wolves are in the Premier League, and then he helped Leeds get to the Premier League as well. Teams are going to be out very shortly. Michael Kitely, what are you thinking prediction-wise?
I think the first goal is going to be huge. It's a tough place to go, Ellen Road, but after looking at that starting lineup, I fancy us to win 2-1.
Claire?
I was going to go 2-1, but I can't go the same. So I'm going to go 1-0 Wolves. I think we've got to be clinical when the chances come along. And, we want to go for that first clean sheet and get that new back four off to a great start.
Well, we know he's not here today, but this handsome chappie is with me in spirit as always. And he would definitely have gone 2-1, the same as you two. So good to see that a new season, but the same old predictions from the pundits as ever on Matchday Live. More from Michael Kitely at half-time. Claire's with me for commentary here from Ellen Road, available online and on the move from Wolves TV, wolves.co.uk, and via the Wolves app as well. But to get you in the mood, to build you up to kick-off, let's hear a little bit from Reaper.
Wolverhampton, home of Wolverhampton Wanderers Football Club, established 1877, champions of the world. The Wolves are coming. They say home is where the heart is. 1877 when it started. Founder members of the First League, still at the top flight, Wolves are marching. That gold and black kit, yes, it's legendary. And Steve Bruce started a legacy. Champions of the world is what they called us. Another new season, we keep that same energy. When you're part of the pack, you should never fear. We just signed Martino another year. We're secure at the back now, Collins here. Ran and dunk a top class, now it's clear. When you're building a ship, do it slowly. Choose a strong captain like Cody. We got a beast in defence like Totti. Jose and Willie play for clean sheets only. So now it's up the table, we're climbing. Last ditch tackle from Johnny, you saw timing. And I know you hear them chants on the South Bank. Lights are made, though I see the sun is shining. I trust Raul to score from the spot. And you know it's never outside of the box. Pedro Neto stays hungry for goals. Yeah, you know that's Bruno ball to the top. The Wolves are coming. Glory time, all rise, stand proud. Out the smoky city, Molly, you roars loud. Walk through the subway, that beautiful sound. Hit the Billy right, grab a drink, join the crowd. A yam yam is what I am and you can hear it. A Dharma on the ball, he's the fiercest. Max Kilman at the back, we got Hwang in attack. And Podence on the wing, yeah, it's fearless. A city built on grafting and fight. Out of darkness cometh light. The young wolves stay hungry and humble. Academy give us talent like Kondo. They say home is where the heart is. And this is where Gibbs White started. And now this new season starting. Like the man on the horse top battle charging. One city, one club, one passion. This wool from my heart ain't fashion. One pack, one pride, one vision. Wolverhampton, the Wanderers mission. One city, one club, one passion. This wool from my heart ain't fashion. One pack, one pride, one vision. Wolverhampton, the Wanderers mission. The Wolves are coming.